preparation is not just for the pageant, it's for my life. It's transformed the person I am. A pageant journey is tedious because of a lot of training and etc. But when you add lockdown aspect to it, it gets even more harder. You're so much stronger than your situation, and there is nothing impossible. Whether it's connecting to people, whether it's doing something, or creating a small change in your own way. Unless you're inspired as an individual, it cannot be possible that you can inspire somebody else.
Okay, firstly, hi Adline. Great to have you again on Zoom. Okay, सबसे पहले I want to ask you. Obviously, we all know that you are representing India at Miss Universe 2020 this year. But we'll get to that. Firstly, I want to know how have the last 6 months been for you? Like, obviously, it's a lockdown because of the pandemic situation. So, कैसे रहा है आपके लिए? Personally, how did you spend, your time at home in the lockdown? I want to know from you.
The 6 to 7 months that I had, it was sunshine sometimes rain. Because, and the most important thing that happened was I was alone. I was staying alone. Even the person staying with me, she had gone back to her place. So I had the most difficult conversation you can ever have. And the most difficult conversation you can ever have is with yourself. So for 4 to 5 months, I was with myself. And it's been years that I've not met my family. So I think because of the lockdown, that started getting to me. I was like remembering them. But as soon as time passed by, I realized that there's much more to this, and I'm a spiritual person. I believe I'm a spiritual person. So I used to always try to look at this situation and think, how can this better me as a person? So I started accepting the whole fact, and I started going with the flow. So that's how my 6 to 7 months have gone. It doesn't even feel like it's 6 to 7 months.
Right.
The year is going to end.
Hopefully soon. We are all waiting for things to come back to normal. But as we all know, you are heading for Miss Universe 2020. Now that this is happening, like the grand event, the international pageant is finally happening. When you look back at your journey now, what do you want to share? What do you want to tell us about your journey? Because this is like I think one of your achievements which you always had in your mind, which is happening now, like being a part of Miss Universe 2020, and it's finally happening. So today, when you look back at your journey, when you started out, what memories come back to you?
It's been a really long journey. It's not just a journey of 1 year. It's been 3 years that I've been dreaming about this. And for the fact, no journey is a straight line. So same with this, I came in with a lot of, I think the previous interview that we had, I was telling you about my goals and what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And look at the fun of it all, what happened at the end of it. The entire world was hit by COVID.
Right.
In the starting, to be very honest, no filter. There have been days where I've broken down, maybe 4 days out of 5. But slowly I started navigating through everything, and then I realized that you're so much stronger than your situation, and there is nothing impossible. Whether it's connecting to people, whether it's doing something, or creating a small change in your own way, there is nothing impossible. And somewhere this event that has happened has shown me what is truly important in your life. I now value all my relationships, all my blessings even much more, and I've understood the importance of this platform, especially during this difficult time, how you can make yourself of service to people. So these kind of learnings, when I when I take it with me to the Miss Universe platform, I'm sure that it's going to bring the best out of me and bring something very human, very real.
Like, how are you preparing for Miss Universe 2020? Are you nervous? Are you excited? What's your state of mind?
It's the most exciting thing because I love preparation, and I am somebody who believes in holistic preparation. And for that, research is the key. I think you'll agree with me. You need to do your research. You need to know what's up there. But I really want to represent India in its diversity, in its beautiful heritage and history. And I want to represent Northeast and southern regions of the country that have not yet been represented. We have so much in terms of textiles, in terms of handicrafts, and I want to be able to take that and put that on an international platform. And
Hmm.
for me, I feel that unless you're inspired as an individual, it cannot be possible that you can inspire somebody else. So I
Hmm.
spend time also reading something that inspires me, motivates me. And to do all of this, I feel it's very important to have a good mind, body, and soul connection. So whenever I
Hmm.
get the time, I invest in that.
Right, right,
It's
right.
a quite a long repetition.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure
But
that is.
I'm not nervous at all. In fact, I'm really very excited for this, because this preparation is not just for the pageant, it's for my life. It's
Hmm.
transformed the person I am, so I'm
Hmm.
really grateful for that.
Right, right. Does it feel like a huge responsibility, like representing one country, at an international pageant? Do you feel like you said you're not nervous, but does it ever hit you at once? That okay, I'm representing India, and it's a huge responsibility. Does it ever feel like that?
Representing your country in an international platform itself is a huge thing, and when your country is India, it's even more bigger.
Right.
I know it's been 20 years that we've got the crown, but in these 20 years we've had amazing delegates that have gone there internationally and have represented India so beautifully and brought in so much of respect. So it's a humbling honor that I'm a part of this legacy, and I
Hmm.
want to showcase a very fresh perspective about India. I want to showcase what India brings today to the
Right.
global platform. And some days I get up and it does, I can't believe that I'll be representing 1.2 billion people. And not only that, but our ancestors and people that have fought for these ideals of the country. So it's quite a meaty responsibility, you can say. But I'm
Right.
really glad to have it.
Also, Adeline, you worked on some causes which are close to your heart. Can you tell us something about the advocacies that you've been working on?
During the pandemic, in the first phase of it, it was a struggle to get through people because people were not working. A lot of organizations, especially NGOs, were not working. But
Hmm.
thankfully, to this platform, I was able to raise funds for the Desire Society children, and also for the when we had the migrant crisis happening, to
Hmm.
kind
Hmm.
of raise funds for them for the food, etc. So that was one thing that I was really really happy to do, because otherwise I felt like a bird in a cage. You're looking at everything happening around you in your country, and you're not able to do anything having this platform. So that was very very pleasing for me. But one campaign that I really connect to, and I didn't realize that this was happening in our country, but it was PCOS, Free India.
Yes. Yes.
PCOS, yeah, it's polycystic ovary syndrome. And I didn't know that 1 out of 5 women in India suffer from it. But
Hmm.
people don't talk about it. So I was really glad that they signed me in as an ambassador, and I was able to spread awareness about this disease
Wow.
and, tell people that it's reversible. So that's something that I really enjoyed.
Right. 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 And also, now that you are heading for the pageant, is there anyone who you look up to as an inspiration? Someone who you idolize and like take inspiration from, basically.
I don't think inspiration comes from one source. It's like a amalgamation of different personality traits that really leave a mark. Like there are characteristics of different personality that I admire, like the compassion of Princess Diana and the work that Mother Teresa has done.
Hmm.
And sometimes what happens is a story, it resonates with you because of a situation. So during this lockdown, I was really inspired by Nelson Mandela, because he spent 27 years in prison.
Yeah.
So I felt like, even if he spent 27 years in prison, he kind of changed the lives of people outside that, and he left a mark for generations to come.
Hmm.
So if he can do that, staying in a prison for 27 years, I think I'm nobody to complain about 1 year of lockdown. So I think we need to tap into our capabilities, our talents, because there's so much one can do. And he says that, the deepest fear that a human being has is not that we are inadequate or, something limiting us. It is that we are powerful beyond measure. So I think people should tap into that, because there's nothing that can stop them if they know what they want.
Right, right. Adeline, how monumental has your parents' support been in your journey? Your parents and your friends and your those relatives, how important and how monumental has their support been? Because it's not easy without their support, I believe, because it's very important to have their support. So can you tell us something about how they have played a role in your journey till now to Miss Universe 2020?
I'm really grateful to my parents for the fact that they are the most understanding people on earth, because it happens to me sometimes. I'm so bogged down by what's happening and I just can't talk. I just don't feel like sharing anything with anybody. And my parents, out of everybody, they will understand. They will say, okay, you don't feel right, we'll talk later. So
Mm.
having that kind of relationship with your parents is so crucial. And support is a very crucial part of anybody's journey. And
Mm.
I feel that a pageant journey is tedious because of a lot of training and etc. But when you add lockdown aspect to it, it
Yeah,
gets even more harder. So I'm
yeah.
really happy that I know that I have my loved ones one call away. Even if I sat alone, I knew that I'm not alone, and whenever I want, I can connect to them.
Mm.
And I think it just gets better now that I'm representing India on an international platform. I think the nation is my family, and I don't think there can be any better backup than that. So I really feel like I have a strong back.
Right. And how are you looking forward to the experience of meeting other contestants also from other countries, and the whole experience? How is it going to be like? Because now after the pandemic situation, I'm sure they also will be taking some measures, some precautions to conduct the entire event. So how are you looking forward to this whole experience?
I think there is nothing fixed at the moment. Everything is a question mark of how
Okay.
things are going to be done. And I can just wait and watch, because I feel even these girls coming from different countries, they must have gone through a lot. Just the
Mm.
way that I'm preparing, I'm sure that they must have a lot of limitations, even especially countries that have just joined in. They might not even have the resources. So I feel this pandemic has brought all of us so much closer, because we've
Right.
all experienced the same incident. I think that will connect us even when you're in the pageant, and it's going to bring a really, really good experience. I hope that we are able to have it the way we used to. I hope that, by that time things get better, because
Mm.
having a lot of girls on one platform, it gets a little dangerous. I don't want that anybody's life is endangered. At the same time, we have the best experience of our life and really represent our countries the most beautiful way possible.
Right, right. Also, do you like? I want to ask you: do you have a long-term plan? Like, what after Miss Universe? Do you have anything in your head that you have planned that okay, after Miss Universe, I have this one thing that I have to do. Anything. And do you have any plans, like long-term plans, future plans?
Of course, I have a lot of plans, but these two in particular that I really look forward to is that I've always, since my graduation, I always wanted to start my own agriculture, output company, and I really wanted to do it with my family back in my state, Udupi. And I feel after this is what I'm going to focus in this project, especially because I feel the way we are growing our food, it impacts our environment, it impacts the climate. So I think that's a very inclusive way of providing for the future, making sure you're part of something that conserves.
Is there any message you want to give out to the country, to the Indian audiences? Anything you want to tell them before you head for the pageant?
I want to tell them, be my family, let's do this. um, I'm a I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone that has supported me and encouraged me till now. And I'm a really proud daughter of this country, and I'm having this beautiful opportunity to represent the soul of my nation. I want that everybody be a part of my journey. And when I walk on the stage of Miss Universe, I'm going to be carrying the hopes and prayers of all my people,
Hmm.
and it's going to be a very special feeling for me, and their support in my journey is indispensable. So let's do this. Let's bring back the crown. Let's do this for India.
Right. Yes, that's great. Thank you so much, Adline, and all the best to you. You are looking super confident. You are looking super lovely, and we hope you will get the crown back. We know you will. I'm sure you will get the crown back. So all the best for everything that lies ahead of you. Yes.
Thank you so much. You
Thank
take
you so
care.
much, Adline. Thank you. See you soon.